Hey guys, JJ here, back with another developer update on our upcoming survival horror game, Vigil. A quick recap for those of you that don't know, we are currently working on our own game titled Vigil. Vigil is an homage to the classic survival horror genre and is being developed by Moonglint in Unreal Engine 4. Vigil is currently in development for PC, but we do hope to release the game on consoles once it's complete. We are a very small team with one developer, so we are taking it one step at a time. We currently do not have a release date, but we will continue to provide updates so you can follow our progress. In the previous video we released, we discussed the graphical improvements to Vigil. We showcased the overhaul to the environments and lighting, the implementation of dynamic camera angles, and the use of photogrammetry for our character models. This video is part 2 of a 3-part developer update series. Today we are going to be covering the gameplay mechanics such as combinable items, weapon and character upgrades, combat, and much more. The gameplay you see in today's video is taken from our upcoming gameplay mechanics demo that we will cover more in part 3 of our developer update series. This demo will not take place nor have the same enemies as in the main game. Keep in mind that the gameplay showcased is still in development and does not represent the final game. We'll start by showcasing some of the combinable items in Vigil. We want to allow the player to decide which items they will need for their best chances of survival. Because of this, we have added combinable items. These items include healing supplies and gunpowder. Vigil will have 4 different health statuses: Fine, Caution, Danger, and Poison. Combine different vials you find to create a healing item that will suit the player's status. If the player becomes poisoned, you can recover by using a serum vial. You can also combine gunpowder to create different ammunition for weapons you find throughout the game. Different mixtures will create different ammunition, so make sure you learn the proper combinations. We have also added in gear upgrades. These upgrades will expand the player's inventory and allow you to pick up more items. These upgrades will also appear on the character model. You will find cases throughout the game. These cases will include weapon upgrades. These upgrades will improve the overall power your weapons have and will also appear on the in-game weapon models. It was important to us that these upgrades you find in Vigil will make sense within the lore and locations we have built, so there will be a reason why the player will find these items. They are not just random added items for the sake of gameplay. Next up, I want to cover weapons. Vigil will include a variety of weapons, and each of them will suit different situations and enemies appropriately. We have a combat knife, pistol, magnum, shotgun, rifle, and grenade launcher. The player will also find incendiary and explosive grenades. Choose which weapons work best for you or experiment with different weapons for different enemies. Lastly, I'll cover puzzles. Puzzles are crucial for survival horror games as they add a new challenge for the player to overcome. Vigil will feature many different puzzles, each of which will have their own unique challenges and rewards for completing. These are just some of the many different updates we have added over the last year. Vigil is a classic survival horror style game made for fans by fans and is made possible by your support. If you would like to help support Vigil, you could do so by supporting us on Patreon or becoming a YouTube channel member. Links are included down below in the description. Thank you for helping make Vigil possible. In the next update video, we'll be covering the gameplay mechanics demo we are currently working on. Patreon supporters and YouTube members will receive early access to this demo. If you would like to stay up to date on all the latest Vigil news, make sure to subscribe and enable notifications. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and share it with your friends. Since Vigil is a survival horror game made for fans by fans, we greatly appreciate your feedback. So please let us know what you thought of today's video down below in the comments. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope to see you back at the Residence of Evil.
Second. Alright guys, sorry for the weird cut. That should do it. I had player movement inverted, meaning if I was walking around, I would go backwards if I'm moving forward. It's so strange. Here we go.
We are cursed by our own actions.
Why did your king create the temple?
Same story that history has taught us. For gold, for glory.
For greed.
Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another Top 10 video. And for this week, we're going to be taking a look at the PlayStation 5. It's hard to believe, but the PlayStation 5 is almost 1 year old, and I think it quietly had a fantastic year. I think it's actually overlooked how good of a year the PlayStation 5 actually had. Actually, I think this video here will highlight just how good of a first year the PlayStation 5 really had. You know, we have plenty of good multi-platform games here, as well as several exclusives. So we're going to be diving into all of that today as we take a look at the top 15 best PlayStation 5 games as of this video. Now, with this video, I did go ahead and decide to only include new releases. So, re-releases such as Death Stranding, the Neo Collection, and Ghost of Tsushima are not included on this list. These are newly released games. Other than that, though, let's just go and jump right into the video. And to start this list off, I have Sackboy: A Big Adventure, which is just a little bit different than other Little Big Planet games. Typically, when it comes to these games, these are 2D platformers, but here with Sackboy: A Big Adventure, this is actually a 3D collectathon platformer. However, it also shares several things in common with the Little Big Planet franchise. For one, this game is incredibly charming, it's super creative, and it's just always such a joy and delight to play. But truthfully, it does feel good as a 3D platformer. I think the mechanics feel really good. It has plenty of gadgets to kind of mix up the gameplay. The levels are very creative and offers a lot of different variety. And something that kind of stands out when it comes to this game is that it also has good cooperative gameplay. Yeah, this is a great family game to pick up as well, as it's not a very stressful or over-challenging game, though it does have a time attack game mode that does offer quite a bit of challenge if that is something that you're looking for. Assassin's Creed Valhalla continues the long-running Assassin's Creed franchise, but this time, you're taking the role of a Viking. And with that, this game has very brutal combat. Of course, that is something that you would expect being a Viking this time around. Valhalla, though, does continue that trend of some of the more recent Assassin's Creed games with including RPG mechanics. Now, some fans may like this while others don't, but if you do like that RPG element, then you're probably going to like Assassin's Creed Valhalla because it is one of the better recent entries and they have refined the RPG elements just a bit. Now, it also has a solid story, a big, vast open world to explore, and visually it looks really good as well. Now, this next one here is not necessarily going to be for everybody, being Returnal. And the reason for that is because this game is an incredibly challenging roguelike game. I think for a lot of fans out there, roguelikes are intimidating just because if you die, you have to start all the way back from the beginning. And when it comes to Returnal, I mean, this game is quite a challenge, and its save features can be a little controversial as well. With all that said, though, Returnal is an incredibly fun game as well, offering tight third-person shooting mechanics. This is one of the better third-person shooters on the market right now, and the way its gameplay works, I mean, you can really tell this one is coming from Housemarque. Housemarque typically has developed arcade games in the past, such as Resogun, and you can really see that with Returnal and its neon lights and the fast and fluid gameplay. It almost feels like a dance, combining all of the different mechanics to go up against your enemies, but again, just keep in mind that Returnal is a very challenging game. In a world where we really don't get many of these big stealth-based games anymore, such as Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid, well, we might actually have got one of the best games in this genre that we've seen in a very long time, being Hitman 3. Basically, with Hitman 3, it puts you into this playground where you have to assassinate a target. And that's where the fun begins, because as you explore each level, you slowly and methodically find ways to assassinate your target. You can either be as straightforward as you want, or you can be as creative as you possibly can. It really is completely up to you, and thanks to the amazing level design, not only is it fun to play through, but it also offers a lot of replayability. Immortals Phoenix Rising is probably the most surprising game for me this generation so far, as it really had me hooked from the very first moment that I played this game. Sure, it does have that cartoony art style to it, though I really don't think trailers and videos showcases just how good this game looks. At times, this game can visually look very stunning when you actually play it on a 4K TV. Where I think this game really shines, though, is with its sense of humor and then its gameplay. Genuinely, I did find this to be a funny game with the characters bantering back and forth. It's something that immediately stood out to me when it came to this game, and it just made me enjoy the story that much more. As for the gameplay, though, this one does take some cues from Zelda Breath of the Wild. You can climb up mountains, you have that glide mechanic, there's also different mounts that you can ride across the world, and there's even dungeons and puzzles along the way. So it does have some similarities with Zelda Breath of the Wild, though where I think it really separates itself is in with its combat. The combat is fast-paced and flashy, and there's also several different RPG elements as well. You can upgrade your weapons and armor along the way, and truthfully, I think this is just a good open world game from top to bottom. This game, in my opinion, is definitely being overlooked. And here I have Spider-Man Miles Morales, the follow-up to Spider-Man 2018. Now, this game isn't necessarily drastically different compared to Spider-Man 2018, nor does it have to be. It's still incredibly fun, with some extra abilities along the way. You are playing as a different Spider-Man that has his own unique abilities, though he is a little bit inexperienced compared to Peter Parker, and, well, New York definitely realizes that. It's also got an entertaining story with a lot of personality. It may be a little on the shorter side of things. It took me roughly 6 hours to complete, but when you combine the fun gameplay that Spider-Man brings, plus an entertaining story, this is an experience well worth it. For a long time, there was some fans out there that was kind of concerned about Kena Bridge of Spirits, but now that it's out, well, we can actually see how good it is. Not only is this game absolutely gorgeous, which we could see from the very first moment that we laid eyes on this game. I mean, we're talking about Pixar-esque graphics. This visually is probably one of the prettiest games out right now. But in terms of gameplay, it actually kind of plays similar to your classic Zelda games. And hey, as a big Zelda fan, especially your classic Zelda games, yeah, I'm all for that. Kena Bridge of Spirits, though, has this beautifully crafted semi-open world that as you unlock more abilities, you can progress even further. I think where this game's the most surprising, though, is in terms of its combat. At first, it does seem a little simplistic, but as you gain additional abilities, there's a little bit more depth to it than what you might realize. It will offer a challenge at times. Then you also have plenty of puzzles along the way, and then some nice platforming as well. And I think just in terms of its overall gameplay, I mean, not only is this game pretty to look at, but it is fun to play. As a lot of you all probably know in the channel, I am a big Yakuza fan, and I mean, the good news here is that we already have a few different Yakuza games to play on the PlayStation 5. First off, you have Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is a little bit different than some of the games that we've seen in the past. Instead of this game sporting that beat-em-up style of gameplay, instead, this game plays out like a turn-based JRPG. And you would think that that is a weird combo for a Yakuza game, but it actually surprisingly works very well. If you do prefer that action-based combat, though, you can instead play Judgment and then Lost Judgment, which are spin-offs to the Yakuza franchise. There's going to be more of an investigative component in this game because you are playing as a detective in this one, but once again, both of these games just excel when it comes to their story. I've always said this, but I really do believe that these games are among the very best story-driven games. There's just so many twists and turns along the way. They have a great cast of characters. It is so atmospheric being in Japan, and really, if you like good story-driven games, you definitely need to check out the Yakuza games and then Judgment. The Tales of series is a long-running JRPG franchise that fans of the genre know very well. I mean, they've made some really good games in the past, and personally, Tales of Vesperia is one of my favorites within the genre. But now, with Tales of Arise, they seem to have taken a step forward. This game is a legitimate AAA JRPG, and this is exactly what the franchise needed. It needs to be treated similar to franchises such as Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, and that is what we're seeing here with Tales of Arise. Now, I'm still playing through this one as I'm juggling a couple of different games as of this moment, but when it comes to Tales of Arise, first off, it's a beautiful game in general, but I also like its story as well as its combat. Now, the story has you playing as a slave that has amnesia and cannot feel pain. Of course, having a protagonist that has amnesia is pretty typical when it comes to JRPGs, but I really do think that the story is interesting right out of the gate when it comes to Tales of Arise. As for its action-driven combat, I think it's a lot of fun. You have a party of characters who all have their own unique abilities, and you can get up close and personal, hack and slash your way through, but then you mix in their magic-based art. You can kind of use some tag team attacks to extend your combos, and it's fast, fluid, and it just feels right. For years on this channel, I would say that Astrobot for the PlayStation VR headset was one of the best 3D platformers that I had ever played. And all these years later, I still stand by that. But here we have Astro's Playroom, which I think equally stands toe-to-toe with Astrobot. Instead of showcasing the PlayStation VR headset, though, with Astro's Playroom, it's instead showcasing the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. And it's almost unbelievable in how good of a job they did with this. Like, the amount of things that they did with the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller in this game is not only creative and innovative, but it was also incredibly fun. I think from the first moment that you play Astro's Playroom, you immediately kind of get hooked into its world just because of how charming it is. It kind of meshes this entire PlayStation universe into one singular game. You can see all of these PlayStation cameos make appearances in this game. I mean, you're going to see God of War's Kratos, you're going to see characters from the Tekken franchise, you're going to see Killzone characters, and you're just going to see loads of other characters from all of these games that you've played through all of the PlayStation consoles over the years, and it's just such a nostalgic trip. But it's not just nostalgia and charm, because this game is also very well designed. It's got a creative level design. The music is outstanding. The 3D platforming mechanics are tight and feel responsive. And really, Team Asobi's talent is just on full display here with Astro's Playroom. They really are a team to watch out for this generation. And what's kind of crazy about all this is this game comes completely free installed with the PlayStation 5. It's not even been an entire year for the PlayStation 5, and it's already got its first big Resident Evil game, being Resident Evil Village. The Resident Evil games have always been a beloved survival horror franchise with that almost Metroidvania style of gameplay. And, well, Village continues just that, but it's a tad bit different than more of your classic style of Resident Evil games. Instead of this being a third-person shooter, much like Resident Evil 7, this is actually a first-person shooter. This is a little bit different for Resident Evil games, but some fans will actually consider this to be an overall more immersive experience because of that first-person view. First person has always felt really good when it comes to survival horror games, and Resident Evil is really no different when it comes to that. This game is going to strike terror in you as you kind of explore its haunted world, and that's something else that's kind of different when it comes to Village. Unlike some of the past games where it mainly focuses on zombies, there's actually quite a different enemy archetypes in this game, including werewolves and even vampires. I would also say that Resident Evil Village hosts quite a few different memorable villains that's going to stick with you for quite a while, and as you'd come to expect from the Resident Evil franchise, the story is always entertaining, if not just a little bit crazy at times. Deathloop is probably one of the most innovative games that's released for the PlayStation 5 thus far, and that's for various reasons. Now, Arcane has always kind of excelled when it comes to game design and giving players the choice in how they want to complete their goal, and that's exactly what you see with Deathloop. Though this one might be their most inventive yet. So basically, you play as this guy named Colt that wakes up on an island, and he keeps reliving the same day over and over again. You go out and murder, then you die, then you repeat. This happens time and time again, and the only way to break this loop is by killing 8 different leaders across the entire island in a single given day. Yeah, that sounds like quite a challenge, but as you strategize and unlock more abilities, you'll find new and easier ways to assassinate your targets. Maybe you find a new route that you didn't see before that kind of opens up in a different time of the day. It really rewards you for your critical thinking and strategizing for each day. You can either take the stealth approach, or you can just kind of go in guns blazing. Though early on, you'll probably lean a little bit more on the stealth side of things, or at least until you unlock some more abilities. As you progress in the game and you unlock even more abilities, this will give you even more options in how you want to approach each situation. Once again, though, Arcane just combined brilliant level design with elegant game design. The Ratchet & Clank franchise has always been insanely fun, mixing in its 3D platforming with that action style of combat. It just gives you so many innovative and creative weapons and gadgets to play around with. And with Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, it once again absolutely excels when it comes to the fun factor. I think its combat and platforming is brilliantly fun. Visually though, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is quite a looker, and not just because of that Pixar-like graphics, but also with its level design. You're going to travel to quite a few different planets, and one of the selling points for this game is its fast loading times between rift to rift. This allows for some really spectacular set pieces and some creative ways to mix that in with its gameplay. And then to just kind of top it all off, I think Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart has an enjoyable story. I mean, the characters have always been a strong point when it comes to the Ratchet & Clank franchise, but I think with Rift Apart, I think they took the story to the next level, and I really like how they mixed the new characters in with Rift Apart. This one might surprise some people just because of how high I have this one on the list, but I genuinely do believe that It Takes Two is an absolute masterpiece. Now, It Takes Two is a mandatory cooperative 3D platformer, but do not let that hold you back. If you do actually buy this game, it will come with a free friend pass, which means you can invite any friend you want to online, and they can play completely free of charge. So this being a mandatory cooperative game isn't really much of a problem. Where this game truly shines though is in its gameplay and its insane amount of creativity. This game has some of the most creative levels that I have seen in any video game, bar none. Like every time you go to a new level in It Takes Two, you think, how can they possibly top this? And then you go to the next level and then it just completely blows your mind all over again. They are always doing something just a little bit different in It Takes Two, and it is absolutely insane from beginning to end. It always offers a variety of gameplay as well. This is an asynchronous cooperative game actually, so both players will take on slightly different roles depending on what level you're playing, and it just always has you doing something slightly different than what you did before. So repetition's never really a problem either, and I also would say that it has a well-told story that's both humorous and deep at the same time. And at the number one spot, I have none other than the game that kicked off the Soulsborne genre, being Demon's Souls. This is a remake of the PlayStation 3 classic, and this game looks absolutely stunning. Visually, this is probably one of the best looking games out right now, and it's an early showcase of what the PlayStation 5 is capable of. But the thing about Demon's Souls is that it just plays so perfectly. Of course, the Soulsborne games have always been well known for the challenge, and that's exactly what Demon's Souls is going to offer here. You're going to have that precise combat. It's got that atmospheric world. It's got brilliantly designed boss encounters, and it all just feels so perfect. But unlike the Dark Souls games, Demon's Souls instead has you traveling to different monuments, which is basically unique worlds split up with boss encounters for each checkpoint. And in ways, I actually do prefer that more linear style of gameplay. Coming from somebody who doesn't necessarily believe that open worlds automatically means better, I hold well-crafted level design in high regards. And with Demon's Souls, its level design is not only fantastic, but it's just so atmospheric at the same time. And really, I'm not exaggerating on how much I like this game. I rarely ever do this, but I did actually platinum Demon's Souls. I mean, I've been earning PlayStation trophies since the PlayStation 3 era, and in that entire time, I have less than 10 total platinum trophies, one being with the Demon's Souls remake. And it's because I just enjoyed this game so much. Now, I know everybody's different, but if you're looking for a game that's graphically stunning, has rewarding and challenging combat, well-made boss encounters with great level design, then look no further than Demon's Souls. Anyways, though, that's it for this list, but if I forgot to mention any of your favorite games, make sure to let me know in the comments below. With that said, if you liked the video, don't forget the bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Also, if you'd like to support the channel through Patreon, thank you for making this content possible. Peace out.
Sony hosted a PS5 themed showcase event, and with it came a bunch of
While supply shortages continue to restrict entry into the next console generation, those lucky enough to secure a PS5 have a solid launch window.
And we're back, my friends, with another episode of Before You Buy. That show where we give you some straight-up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest games releasing. As usual...
Alright guys, welcome to Ghost of... Feels really good. The black and white mode, by the way, is the director, the name of it, is the director of Seven Samurai's last name. It's just like a nod to him, which I kind of want to play the game on that once I'm finished. Maybe I'll mess around with it.
Men, we must hunt down the Mongol leader. Everyone, with me.
Alright, so we got the block. Yo, look at this. Can you change stances in this game?
No Mongol dog. Cut them down.
Ooh, here we go. Yo, that's sick. That is... Can you lock on? Oh, yeah. Yo, it kind of... The controls, like the combat stuff, remind me of Arkham... Okay, this is the stance. Look at this. This is, I get no, it's just the crouch. I guess there's just one stance in the game. There's probably more you can unlock. That's a staggering effect. Oh, that's kind of nice. I'm gonna guess like you... Oh, yeah. The way it... You can kind of run towards him. This guy's trying to get away. Sorry, dude. Ooh, let's go, baby. Yeah, okay. It's like a little bit of a parry system. Except it's like a mini block. I gotta get used to it. Nice. Yeah, that's really smooth. It's almost like you just, when you get near them... It kind of cuts the sound out, too. Okay, yeah, I'm going light. I'm spinning pretty good. Nice. Sound just like fades in and out. Oh, I like how I look at the controls really quick.
There's only one path for us. Find the Mongol leader and end him here.
I'll fight beside you to the end.
I know.
One of my favorite franchises that never seemed to make it to next gen was Tenchu. I love that series, man. I think the last one I played was like Tenchu Z. I wish they'd remake that.
The Mongol leader. I'm ready, Uncle. We end this together.
am Khotan, cousin of Kublai, grandson of Genghis. Brother, you are a warrior. I can see that. You trained your whole life for this. And you have won battles that lesser men have called unwinnable, yes? But while you were sharpening your sword, do you know how I prepared for today? I learned. I know your language, your traditions, your beliefs, which villages to tame and which to burn. So I'll ask you once again, Samurai, do you surrender?
In Company of Heroes 3, no two playthroughs are the same. You can choose to recreate
Andiamo, Marina.
Perfect. Mechanized Depot will allow us to... Oh yes, it is true, and it is coming soon. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to our first look video at Company of Heroes 3, taking place during Operation Torch and Operation Husky in the Second World War. We now finally get to go to Italy and also North Africa. It's good to see you all back for the RTS Giant returning back to the battlefield yet again. Of course, Company of Heroes, the original game, is incredibly well received by many who played it over the years, as well as all the mods. And the second game fell short to many people in terms of the campaign, but hopefully in this third game, it combines what we loved of the first and the second games and what made them good into something even better. It's going to be very difficult to match and even surpass something like the original game, but I've already played a little bit of Company of Heroes 3, and I like what I see. I feel like the third game plays a little bit more like the first game, but with elements of the second. Of course, the British returning, the Americans returning, all sorts of things like airbornes and off-map artillery, and all sorts of different troops and tanks and whatnot. So, welcome. Good to see you all here. We'll jump into the dynamic campaign that's available here in the pre-alpha preview. If you want to download this yourself, listen up, because here's how to play. If you go to Company Heroes 3 on Steam, you'll just be able to follow a link, and it's based on where you are by country from what I've seen, so you just have to go to their Steam store page, and you can add it to your wish list if you want, in order to play a little bit of skirmish as the British, or a full campaign as the British, the Americans, or a mix of both. PvP will be coming, and also PvE co-op stuff later in their playtest. This game, I don't even see it on the radar for a release, but hopefully it's good. So let's go ahead and get some Pinto Blast down below, and well, let me know what you think during and after the video. Thanks again for subbing, and let's take our first look now at Company of Heroes 3.
In Company of Heroes 3, no two playthroughs are the same. You can choose to recreate or rewrite history. The Italian campaign begins with a decision: where to start. This time, the player chose to start on two fronts. Landing at Taranto, the player used the power of the Indian Artillery Company and their devastating weaponry to crush any opposition. The player also attempted to land at Salerno with their American company, but they came up against tough resistance from the Germans. In response, the player chose to deploy their British armor here to support the offensive. Finally, they broke through the German defense, which gave them a powerful presence in Italy. Partisan forces joined the Allied efforts, sabotaging bridges to prevent German retreats. The player took advantage of this by using the Air Force to drop a special operations company behind the trapped enemy. The next objective is to secure Naples, and this is where you come in.
Commander, Naples is under attack. German planes are using Pomigliano Airfield to launch bombing runs over the port. We must capture that airfield.
All right, battle plan. So we get to choose between the Americans, the British, and a combined force, as well as getting a little bit of Italian forces in there as well. So what I've seen so far, I really like of the Americans and the British. I think I prefer the British plan a little bit more, at least in this scenario. But we'll go ahead and start with the Americans, and we'll play the British a little bit later in a separate scenario. We'll go ahead and turn off the tutorial and select our plan, where we get access to a Navy destroyer and a bunch of troops who are ready to rock. So our goal here is to capture the airfield just up here in this section. And then, of course, there will be other objectives that pop up randomly. The main objective, of course, is to capture a casino somewhere up here. I don't know what's the strategic importance of capturing, I don't know, somewhere we're going to go gamble. No, of course, it's Monte Cassino, the final objective of the battle. But throughout the days and coming weeks of this battle, perhaps, of this whole area, it is going to be up to us to take other targets of opportunity, such as perhaps a German officer that shows up. And it's all dynamic and can change, so it is, as they say, different each time that you play. I've seen some of the same things pop up in the same areas, but also differently each time, too. We'll go ahead and get started then by having our forces move forward. We have ourselves some Spec Ops company here that should be able to push some of the Germans aside. Now, what you'll immediately notice is it kind of plays a little bit like, for example, Civilization. Right, so like, for example, Naples here is like a city that we've captured, a port that we can call in reinforcements from. So as you see here, we can purchase units. And then, of course, it's kind of like if we're creating a warrior, an archer, that type of thing. And it also plays out a lot like Total War. So we have ourselves a kind of a good situation, at least for the dynamic campaign. This is just one part of what will be the full game. We can still play battles in full. We'll see that in just a moment. Let's go ahead and push the Germans out of the way then. And we'll go ahead and use some of our forces here to do so. Let's see if we can actually push some of our airborne forward to the right flank. We'll start capturing things on the right side. Let's go ahead and push the Germans out of the way here. Now, these are full companies here that are doing work against smaller detachments, so it's really a smaller amount of troops that we can easily push out of the way. So let's go ahead and make an action on the Germans here. And we should be able to push them out of the way as well as push forward to capture this position as well. All right, looks like they're done there. Let's move forward on that gun crew. Make sure we move through and engage the Germans. Excellent. They're out of the way. Perfect. Let's go ahead and add our detachment of the rifle detachment to that squad there. That little company. Perfect, and they're falling in as part of that. And we'll have to avoid the volcano of Pompeii here as we make our advance. We can also use this destroyer at any time, but we're going to go ahead and transfer it further down the coast, so that way we can utilize its guns elsewhere. We also have some combat engineers here who were able to actually clear the map. If you played Wargame Red Dragon before, and you're a big fan of the channel, you may have seen some of that before, where, of course, this is kind of operating like that in some ways, too. I'm seeing a lot of little different flavors of different games here. But anyway, that should be the end of our first day here, unless we have another move. We don't have enough manpower, really, to call in anything that I want at the moment, so we'll wait until the next day, and we'll try to capture the airfield. Looks like there's still movement here for the engineers. Let's go ahead and actually engage with the forces here. Nice. Germans taking a beating. And same with us. We've got to push these forces out of the way, though, and make as many moves as we can. Let's go to the next day. Germans will make their moves. And they're receiving reinforcements via medium bomber, or rather assistance of bombing Naples from the airfield. There's another airfield just by the river up here as well that we'll need to be on the lookout for. Alright, second day of the operation. We can now continue to push through. German forces here have been brushed aside. We'll get the medics with us too. And now we have detachments with us, a medic and a rifle squad. We'll go ahead and push in on the airfield, and we'll also push the Germans out of the way with our paratroopers. And we'll continue to push north to the Caserta with the airborne paratroopers. And we'll push to the east to the airfield with our Spec Ops company. There we go. Alright, it's time for our first battle. Alright. Airfield, capture the airfield. You can see that we have effectors that we can bring with us. So we have ourselves British riflemen or off-map naval support. We'll go ahead and bring these in for our first battle. British medics can come along. And we'll be facing against a mechanized company that has some tanks on standby. Let us begin our first battle in Company Heroes 3. Here we go.
We need to take this airfield to stop the Germans from bombing nearby positions.
Ah, good, our base. Excellent. Alright, you can hear some shooting. Company of Heroes 3. Let's begin. All right, so the objective is clear. We have to capture the air traffic control tower, but there's obviously other objectives like munitions and fuel around, as well as some other side bonuses that'll pop up, such as retrieving documents and also capturing a whirlwind in order to shoot down enemy aircraft. Let us begin.
Jerry's preventing forward scouts from reporting in. Take out the enemy so our boys can do their job.
All right, let's use breach.
Covering that building. Take out any enemy.
All right, we need to free the commandos here being pinned down.
Hold up in that building are causing us trouble. Get over there and breach it.
Oh, here we go. Sweep and clear, boys. That was cool. The door didn't open, but you know, alpha. Cool. All right, all the Germans are dead. Position's clear. Let's flank them. All right, we got to rescue these commandos here and start capping the positions around the airfield. Get our troops online to go throw some grenades. Sneak up on Jerry a little bit, and we'll toss a grenade. Wait, don't throw.
Run out on that area and hold it.
Oh, they're all dead.
Watch your flank.
Bayonet them, boys.
All clear. Good work.
All right, excellent. Now we're capturing the oil. Amen, brother. Okay, let's go ahead and get that.
There are still some enemy forces left on the base. Take control of command buildings, and they'll be forced to retreat. But
Good.
careful, they'll put up a fight.
Oh, we have some Panzerschrecks ready to go. Let's leave that to the rifleman squad. Get those guys back, and we'll get them replenished.
Let's get back to base.
Okay, we can build a little bit of a
men,
base.
listen up. Our scouts tell us the enemy is storing sensitive information on this base. Find those documents and prevent them from being destroyed.
We can call in some air support too if needed. Let's do that. And we can call in some more rifle detachment reinforcements if we need to, which we probably won't.
What's our objective? We're heading back to HQ.
But the more the merrier. Oh, wow. Let's go ahead and resupply. Okay.
SSF.
And I think we're ready to go. We'll send some of our troops towards the eastern side then to try to capture a whirlwind that's over here. And that'll make capturing the objective in the north a little easier too.
We're ready for orders.
Roll out, boys. Let's go.
Get to it, fellas.
Love the voice acting so far. The maps look wonderful. It definitely plays a little bit more like the, well, there's a lot of stuff here from the second game, but it feels a lot like the first game for whatever reason, more than the second one did. Let's see here. Obviously, looks like we're building ourselves a, yeah, the command post here.
Incoming.
Ooh, looks like we got an air strike incoming. Cover, boys. Ooh, that was close. Oh, the boys got pinned down, but we're all right. All right, let's start capping some of that stuff there. Okay, we're going to try to get ourselves some vehicles online. We can get some BARs for the riflemen. Go ahead and get some Browning automatic rifles ready to go, and a bazooka squad would be useful. We can also build ourselves a construction of a tank depot at 80 munitions, so we better go start working on that too. All right,
Let's get going.
let's get in the gear.
Let's get it done, boys.
Go grab the booty. We need ourselves some munitions, so we got to go over here. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can capture ourselves a tank. Uh-oh, Kraut's in the open.
Combat unit ready for action.
Let them have it, boys. Get our grenade going. Hold on. Oh, damn, nice. Oh, we got Jerry pinned down. Pin him down, boys. Beautiful. BAR's chewing them right up. Ooh, there we go. That was a delightful, really a good surprise for us. Enemy was just completely shredded. Continue to grab supplies, and let's also try to grab some more.
If we don't take down those strafers. Desperate times. Find an enemy tank to take it down.
Damn, they're sending in more reinforcements. Okay. All right, let's find that whirlwind. There it is. The Germans are repairing it. Uh-oh.
Airstrike incoming.
Airstrike. Get out of the way. Go, boys.
There are enemy vehicles patrolling the area. Get your hands on some enemy bazookas or anti-tank guns and take them out.
Oh, no. We got an armored car. Nice. Engine damage. Pin down that gunner. Fire the bazooka. Yeah. All right, good job, boys. You guys return to base. Let's capture this position. Scouts are up. Time to move, Jerry. Nice. We got more Germans here. A few less Germans here. All right, good. Okay, we only have a few minutes to capture the position up top. Let's clear out these Germans. Should we have enough ammunition, we can build ourselves a tank depot.
Don't think twice about attacking us now that we have one of their own flak tanks on our side.
Okay, we need some Tech 2 upgrades. I need to get some tanks going ASAP. We have ourselves an airfield now, though. That's great. Let's go with a mechanized support center, and we should be able to build ourselves some tanks now. The engineers will come out and build it as soon as we want to place it.
We're back to full strength.
As soon as it's ready to go.
We're locked on our way, sir.
We have a motorcycle here. I wonder if that's actually useful. Looks like for decoration, though.
Let's roll, man.
Would be cool if we could actually have some sort of, I don't know, motorization for snipers and special crews. All right, let's capture some ammunition here. And our Wirbelwind is online, which means the Germans are no longer going to bomb us anymore. Some vehicle sounds are missing at the moment in this alpha, but I will swear by the sound of the Chaffee when we hear it a little bit later. A light tank that is kick-ass, and man, oh man, can you get a lot of kills with those if you use them correctly. All right, we're going to try to get our troops back here. Oh, the Germans do not like us having that position. They don't want us to have their munitions. Oh, get wrecked, Germans. Get wrecked. Well, that pretty much takes care of that. Finish them off, boys. Okay, let's move north. We'll bring our AT with us, too, just in case there's more light armored cars. And speaking of light armor... Oh, wow. That's just chewing that infantry up. They got nothing. No defenses against that. Hopeless. Okay, let's see if we can build ourselves the mechanized tank depot now. Perfect. Mechanized depot will allow us to make tanks that we really need. I love the vocalization here. It's no hammers and nails, ladies, hammers and nails. It's everything's boys, boys, boys.
SSF, we've got orders.
Okay.
Ready for deployment, sir.
Let's go ahead and get the special force to... Actually, let's get our bazooka squad here.
All right, men.
And we'll go ahead and push north real quick. We're going to get some tanks up as soon as this is ready. We're gathering some munitions and also fuel for the next push. Let's go for this next position here. Gather some more munition. And we should be able to get some more fuel by capturing the next position in the north. Got about 9 minutes.
To avoid being ground to a pulp.
Wow, we'll flank those MGs.
Heads up.
All right, we got a Willie P grenade. Let's see how the Germans like that. Looks like they don't want us to have one. Come on now. Take your medicine, Jerry. Come on, get that grenade off. Oh, here we go. Oh, another squad. Get to cover. All right, throw that Willie Pete. Nice. Burn them out. Hot pocket grenade.
Move, secure that ground.
Okay, let's capture the top of the airfield. And now we're ready to push over here with our troops, defending on the right. Let's go ahead and get a mortar. Let's see if we can get some mortars up. Oh, we actually have a captain here that we can utilize as well. Let's try a couple of mortars. And let's get some tanks going too. Oh, we have access to a Sherman. Different than a Chaffee from before. Must be because I'm attacking with the Spec Ops unit rather than paratroopers. They get a nice Chaffee, and man, oh man, is that a kick-ass vehicle. Oh, I love it. We'll hear how the Sherman is in just a moment. We need to get some more munitions. Good thing we've captured a secondary position now. Can we reinforce these positions? Build anything? I don't see an option for that. We might need engineers. In this game now, engineers automatically come out of the HQ to build stuff for you rather than having to have an engineer go out the base. Oh, wow. 1v1. Let's hit him with the zoom. Oh, never mind. Oh, wow. How the hell did they take more damage than we did? They must have shown the flank for a moment. All right, let's go get these... Go get these weapons here in gear.
Orders, get your gear.
Damn. Barrels exploding. Hit him with the bazooka. There we go. Got him anyway. Okay, they hit some barrels nearby. It was an absolute firestorm.
You men, get ready.
Okay, I want these mortars up. I want a double mortar team. And we're going to need a light vehicle up here too. I suppose we could use a Sherman rather than a light vehicle to clear the area in the north. And we should have it when we have enough resources for it. There we go. Perfect. We'll go ahead and have ourselves a Sherman shortly.
Get ready to kick some ass, boys.
Okay. Let's go for a victory point over here while we wait.
We're ready for orders. You name it. We'll catch you.
And we'll see if we can clear out some more machine guns over on this side. Let's see. Let's see if we can use some of the Air Force. Maybe we can unlock some of this. With munitions, we can unlock some. We need more fuel for it. But we can call out air reconnaissance, air supply, air supremacy, and a double sortie, and even bombers and such based on whatever company we've chosen to go into battle with. Sortie will be useful, though, for clearing anybody in sort of defensive positions like trenches.
Combat unit ready for action.
Well, let's wait for that tank. And there it is. Beautiful. Listen to that. All right. Let's get into the war. Looks like we have an upgrade for the 50 cal on top. Ah, beautiful. We even have the bulldozer variant. That's back as well, so we can get through hedgerows that way. That's nice and welcome for sure. All right, let's wait for them to get there, and we'll get some more fuel shortly. Get our whirlwind in gear. Oh, listen to that engine. It doesn't make a sound at all yet. Soon.
Orders are incoming, men.
All right.
You love marching, you know it. We've got ground to secure.
Yep, secure that ground, boys. Upgrade complete on the Sherman. Excellent. All right, let's get in the war. Armored car spotted. Go ahead and shoot that up. Oh boy. Bazooka team, go. Well, that was fast. Look at that, how they can jump the walls. It's very nice. Okay, there's a mortar team back here. We gotta keep moving. We got enemy mortars on us. Sniper in the tower. Spike that mortar. Nice work, boys. Alright, put a round through there, and we did. Excellent. Sniper is down. Good job. Woo. Okay, we got about 3.5 minutes.
We're sitting ducks here.
Let's go for that next position. We'll set up a forward post somewhere nearby as soon as it's in captured territory. Start capping, boys. Looks like we have plenty of fuel here, too. Alright, set up the mortars. Oh, the sounds are very nice on that Sherman. I like it. I need another one, though. And that's going to give me... Oh, boy. Not enough resources. We need more fuel. Let's grab some more fuel, and we can start spending that manpower on things that matter. Tanks in an airfield, very important. Open area, easy to kill things.
We're locked in. All right.
Good stuff.
Move like we got a purpose.
All right, move over there. Okay, more fuel. We can also get a BAR, too. I want one of those. Okay, let's see what we've got next. Another Sherman. Super expensive. Super worth it. Okay, we have another capture point. Excellent. We've almost got the full airfield. Very nice. That AT squad ready to go. Okay, we got to get in this building here. We got 2 minutes to do it. Can we do it? We got mortar teams covering us.
Get into the structure and secure.
Let's move into that structure first.
On our way, sir.
Rifleman with the tank. All right, move, boys. Oh, we got German AT. Looks like they're attacking our garrison rather than our tank. Grenade out. Nice.
Into the building. Move.
Alright, grab those German documents.
Looks like our scouts were right on the money. We managed to get our hands on valuable intel.
Good job, boys. Germans were probably trying to burn it. Alright.
Get those guns ready. Orders just came.
Bring up our AT team.
All right, men. We're up. What's our
Get on the inside of the bags, boys. Very good. I want another Sherman. Good.
Got the word from Battalion. Park it over there, man.
Okay. Yeah, one of the things I've seen so far is that the sounds are not as working at the moment, but for an alpha, I don't want the sounds to work if there's going to be any issue. I want the gameplay to work. I want the game to be good. If some sounds are weird or whatnot, those can always be patched or improved or changed. And damn, do I love the engine sounds. So I can do with it, I can do without it. It's all good to me. Ooh, looks like we have some mortar rounds hitting nearby. That's very rude, Germans. And possibly ourselves a sniper. All right, everybody, fall back. We're gonna get you guys healed up here. Come on, let's pull back. We'll get the tanks ready to break the line.
Drive out the enemy. Let's go. Keep her steady.
Come on, let's keep pushing. Oh, we got German counterattack on our mortars. There we go. Alright, we need to capture another munition point. We almost got that German bunker out of the way. There it goes. Alright, let's get another tank while we're at it. 90 fuel is what we need for it. Uh-oh, German half-track. What are we going to do? Oh, there we go. Let's get some engineers up for the tanks. And let's get everyone else ready to fight again. Oh, unfortunately, the Germans are attacking our mortars. Oh, damn. Looks like the Germans are inside the hangars. Take out those Stukas. Stay with the tank. We're getting ready for a big attack on the airfield, so we're pulling forces away from there.
Move to the primary objective.
In the north. Let's get another tank ready, and we'll go for a large push.
That's us, boys. Bring the gear ready for the run. Hold up, let's go.
All right, get everybody. Let's go. All right, I want to call out another squad here. We'll call out to a couple of rifle squads to secure the area in the north.
Come on, move your ass. Get on that point.
Grab that point. Ooh, that growl of the Sherman is nice.
Our tactical point's being captured.
You may. Yep. All right, let's move like we got a purpose. Italians.
There we go.
A friendly sector. Go get it back.
Mount up. Move out.
All right.
Orders are incoming, man.
Now, the Germans I know would probably have recaptured some areas around us already, especially in the lower side of the map. But for now, we got them between a rock and a hard place.
Let's go. Keep her steady.
There we go. Okay, we got tanks ready to go. And we got aircraft ready to go. Go ahead and start hitting some German positions here. There we go. Cannot use ability on this target. Okay, let's try to recon with aircraft first. Try a strafing run. We'll see what happens. Here comes our aerial recon. Let's start hitting them with bombers here shortly. All right, riflemen to go to the north to hold. Nice. Definitely different tactics each time. Oh, wonderful. 3 Shermans available. Engineers, repair that Whirlwind, please. Become a Warble Sherman. A Sherblewin.
Let's move now. Hard stick.
All right. Man, there's that damn order again. But we know it's there. Let's go in for him. Defensive position around the air traffic control tower. Boy, it just... It loves that Whirlwind, doesn't it? Alright, we got a lot of Germans. Meet our Shermans. Germans meet our Shermans. Let's go. Alright, now we can finally begin our main attack. Mortar squad is bailing. American infantry ready to hit that HQ area over here. We'll start hitting the Germans with all of our aircraft next.
Let's go. Forward on. Give it to them.
Oh, they don't stand a chance. Well, looks like we have ourselves an AT gun. Let's try a sortie. And a bombing run, too. Excellent. AT gun destroyed. Uh-oh. A Panzer IV. There we go. Whoa, flamethrower. Pull everyone back on that one. Oh man, the Germans are counterattacking. We need air support. Right now. Panzer IV eliminated. We need air superiority. Air support right now. Woo! Well, that's one less thing to worry about. Alright, let's all fall into the attack now. Okay. No more tanks. Infantry now. Let's go ahead and get some infantry back. Good job with those Shermans. Gonna be another AT gun around here somewhere. Okay, we're pushing in for a major attack. Could get another sortie on this building. Let them have it, boys.
Rifle squad awaiting orders.
Pound right through it. Taking the building down. Another German tank. Let's get our tank hunters going. There we go. Nice job, boys. Alright, final operation. Take the air traffic control tower. It's right in front of us. Give me recon. Get these tanks back here.
Let's get this baby purring. That's an affirmative.
I recognize some of the older voice actors. That's great. Alright, infantry's ready to go. Let's wait for that aerial recon. Infantry on their way with BAR. Support. All right, we're almost ready for the final attack.
Come on, boys. All right, let's move out. Deployment, sir.
Hold on, boys. Get ready. Let the whole force arrive. After this, we'll have to defend, so we need to make sure everyone's here and ready to go. We won't get a second chance at this. Okay.
We've been told where we're needed.
We have a few things on the mini-map.
Let's roll, man.
Let's bring in our infantry from this side first to support us at the air traffic control tower. Go! All right, open up on that tower.
More gas, open up.
All gas, no brakes. Go!
Infantry, garrison that control tower to secure it.
Oh boy. Yep, we got a Pack 40. Okay, we need to keep the tanks safe. Pairs are going.
Fresh mags in. We got capture. Goddamn. Ready for deployment. Guys, your men, get ready.
Woo! Haha. Very nice. All right, we've taken everything.
Take that gas brown.
Oh, German bunker over there. All right, let's set up the tanks. The Germans are going to be coming with their own tanks. So let's get ready on the airfield to stop them.
Captured.
Nice American infantry engaging bunkers there. That's right. Show that concrete who's boss. Looking good, boys. AT squad here. We can bring them up. Pretty much the whole map's clear of the Germans. Nice work. All right, let's get some tanks to the airfield.
Let's get where we're going. We're locked and loaded.
There we go. Unfortunately, we destroyed a lot of cover.
We're up, boys.
Oh, we didn't leave a lot for the Germans either.
On our way, sir.
All right, let's get ready for the fight. Germans are here in just a few seconds. Get on that airfield, boys.
That's an affirmative.
Destroy the tanks patrolling around the control tower.
You got it, robot.
Our objective's clear. Look lively and stand by.
Oh, good. The engineers are here, too. Ooh. Okay, the enemy actually has more infantry reinforcement.
Right on, boys. Don't stop.
Nice. AC team, go. Excellent. Good job, boys. Not bad.
Our tactical point's being captured.
There we go, Air Force.
That's it. The
You're
air
ready to
base is
land.
ours. Well done, men.
And now we can use this as a staging area for our forces. We can now bring our aircraft here. We got ourselves some bombers we can bring. Good stuff.
The battle is ours.
It is indeed. All right, Jerry's on the run, and the airfield is ours.
Fine plan. Well executed, Commander. The airfield is under Allied control.
Excellent. So now we can use this as a staging area for our air support, things like paratroopers or bombers. It's all
With
good.
the troops well supplied via the port, the winter line will fall in no time. Assuming Buckram's men can stick to the damn plan, of course.
Commander, Monte Cassino is ripe for the taking. My boys are ready to punch a hole through the winter line on your command.
Special Ops reporting in, Commander. We've made contact with the local partisan resistance. Stand by for intel from their network any day now.
Good. Well, the main objective kind of remains the same, just to capture Monte Cassino, but now, in order to do that, we'll have extra secondary objectives around the map that should pop up, as well as other tactics. For example, bringing the destroyer all the way up the road to Gaeta in order to get more reinforcements. If we capture this with ground forces, we can use this as like a secondary port to bring in more forces, especially closer to Monte Cassino. Excellent. Well, that is it for a very brief first look. We've not gone over a lot of the things of the overworld maps or whatnot, but there will be more gameplay on the channel, so don't judge this game just by one quick little video. There's a lot more to discover here and a lot more that the developers need to complete that I need to experiment with in order to really kind of see how it works in both the grand strategy 4X type campaign and also on the battle level as well. You guys are awesome. Thanks again for all the support, and I'll see you next time. Take care. See you soon.
El Ethan Moore para sacar el 2-2-1, pero me arrepentí después porque pensé, digo, pero si saco el Ethan Moore voy a ir a Stun Tiger, pero me di cuenta que el Stun Tiger ya no vale mucho, así que no sé si es que lo valga 100%. Pero podría ir por el 2-2-1 nada más, pero en este mapa no me convence del todo. Podría ir en un mapa un poco más cerrado, yo diría, como Colombia Ferma, Palmovit, pero en este mapa no creo que lo valga. Doble Red Shot. Doble ingeniero, creo. No, ya me ganó. Si lo alcanzo, no.
Fuchs Grenadier are on the line. Make ready for fighting patrol. Assault fire!
Prepare to invade.
Oh, no lo retiré, qué mala suerte. Yo le di la tecla T, pero no. Pero él la ha perdido más. 50 y él la ha perdido más. Tuve un misclick ahí con el ingeniero. Entonces, como tengo ventaja, voy a aprovechar de sacar un launch para mantener la ventaja. Para seguir manteniendo la ventaja.
Has been converted into the headquarters building. Supply line. Light tank ready for action. Get us moving immediately.
¿En qué momento sale Stuart, me parece? Así que lo más probable es que me vaya... Puma. Mientras. Ahí está el
moving. Move us over there. Schnell. Let's go. Move out. Ready? Driver, advance. Gunnery, scan and identify.
Sí, si no parecía el Stuart, iba a cancelar el Puma y estar así hasta construir mi antiaéreo o hasta que tenga el suficiente eco para construir el antiaéreo. Porque sé que el Stuart en este mapa puede malograr bastante la supuesta o la ventaja que tengo, ¿no? Vehículos ligeros para hacer el control del mapa. Entonces, lo más asegurado. Tengo un Raketen porque el Raketen se va a demorar de ir para arriba, para abajo. Entonces prefiero el Puma. Sí. Bueno, ya
no
que
sé
tenían
qué
mecanizados,
dijo.
¿no?
Tradúcelo, por favor.
Tradúcelo. Wait. Ah, ya, ¿qué me dijo? A ver. Un momento. ¿Qué es lo que me dijo acá? Where you should have had that. Él me dijo que no debería haber tenido el Puma. O sea, le pareció muy extraño que tuviera el Puma. ¿Entiendes? Y sí, tiene razón, porque él envió, bueno, aunque es lo que debería haber hecho, ¿no? Él envió de choque, o sea, de cara a su Stuart para destruir mi Luch. No se esperó o sea, no se esperaba él el Puma. Yo sí me esperaba más bien de él, tarde o temprano, el Stuart, porque sé que, uno, parece que le haya quitado el fuel, pero en realidad no le he quitado en ningún momento. No tuve la oportunidad. Dos, sabía que tarde o temprano iba a salir a pesar de SMG, porque sé que los americanos siempre van a poder sacar el Stuart, sea como sea, así le haya quitado el fuel. Se va a demorar un poco más si que le quito, pero sí o sí va a sacar el Stuart. O sea, él está obligado ahorita a sacar el Stuart. Más si ha visto el Luch, obviamente. Entonces, él le pareció extraño que tuviera el Puma. Pero él también debió
See if we can separate one of his squads on the left-hand side. Or if he goes for a cutoff push, that would work too. Triple right-hand side. Unfortunate. I was really hoping for a 2-1 split.
Assault grenadiers deployed. Our opponents are seizing a sector.
It's fine, that'll work. Maybe.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. Production upgrade accomplished.
Fucking lol.
This is a nice spot. Awaiting orders. It is ours. Grenadiers on the move.
My resources weren't very good this game.
We are losing a sector.
Could we kill some models, please? Holy shit. Oh my god.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Pioneer squad. Grenadiers. Taking Soviet fire. Pioneers ready for
Scout car has arrived.
How does that look?
222. We are moving.
So, that's not good. It's pretty slow. I might have fucked up. He's just gonna go guards.
The bunker is now a field hospital.
Yes?
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Einsatzbereit. Jawohl.
Never mind, he's bad.
Taking our territory. Stop! We have our orders. We are under attack. Get us out of here. The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines. Orders?
Yes, we're going that way. Target! In there! Taking position in enemy territory! We're not staying here! Seizing! Taking hostile sector!
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Grenadiers! No retreat! Moving to enemy sector!
Our lines of supply are disrupted. Scout car awaiting orders.
Ready! It's done. Move out,